AdaBrickTopSmith was an important figure in the Harlem Renaissance. She was a very strong person who did many great things. James Haskins wrote the following passage about her in the introduction to her bibliography. Ada was a saloon singer in Chicago during the rough and tumble days of Jack Johnson, Florence Mills, Bill Robinson, and Legs Diamond. In Prohibition Harlem, she gave Duke Ellington his first big New York break. In Café Society Paris, she took a young Josephine Baker under her wing and worked with a busboy named Langston Hughes. Cole Porter had breakfast with her in her first Paris boité one morning, heard her singing one of his songs, and started bringing his friends. Soon all the great and glittering names of Europe between the wars had made Bricktops their own private enclave. F. Scott Fitzgerald, during his carefree Paris days, did not consider a night complete without a visit to Bricktops. Ernest Hemingway incurred her wrath, T.S. Eliot put her in a poem, and the Duke of Windsor spent many early mornings on the floor by the piano in her clubs, listening to the music of Bricktops. When Hitler's soldiers advanced on Paris, the Duchess of Windsor, in concert with Elise de Wolfe, Lady Mindel, aided her escape. Relocating in Mexico City, Bricktop became friends with Cantinflas. Back in Paris after the war, she comforted the people who had made their way back to Bricktops in search of an era that would never exist again. In Rome, the movie celebrities flocked to her club. She watched the marriage of Frank Sinatra and Ava Gardner break up, and unwittingly presided over the first appearances together in public of Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. Martin Luther King Jr., when in Europe to accept the Nobel Prize for Peace, phoned to ask if he could meet her. That is just a few of Bricktop's accomplishments. Bricktop did many great things in her life and was a role model to many people. She always looked forward and never behind. She once said, "To heck with yesterday, what are we going to do with tomorrow?" And that is what Ada Bricktop Smith did every day of her life. She kept looking towards tomorrow. Thank you.